for meditation, for taking part in meditation, friends. Now let us go into the topic of non-interference. So let us first listen from Patricia.
Carlos Castaneda and his guru Don Juan. Both were traveling on a road. And what happened? They were traveling by the side of the road. A truck was coming from the other side. And a caterpillar was crossing the road. A caterpillar. And the truck was coming from the other side. So this Carlos Castaneda went and removed the caterpillar from the center of the road. Then Don Juan asked, why did you disturb that caterpillar? No, the truck is about to come and smash the caterpillar. That's why I wanted to save the caterpillar. I did that. Then Don Juan said, how do you know that you are saving the caterpillar? Maybe the caterpillar wanted to commit suicide. You spoiled that experiment. You unnecessarily interfered with the caterpillar's intention. How do you know the caterpillar's intention? Then Carlos Castaneda was confused. Then he wanted to put the caterpillar again on the center of the road. Then again Don Juan said, why did you do that again? No, I want to rectify myself. No. Maybe the caterpillar thought that it has to be it is saved by you. Why are you doing it again to keep it on the road? Classic example by Don Juan matters to Carlos Castaneda. Never interfere with others. Protecting others from possible hurt or harm is not interference. Some blind fellow is crossing the street and you have eyes, you should go and help him. Is that interference? That is helping. That is not interference. We are asking you not to interfere. We are not asking you not to help. That blind man is going, he will be happy to have a hand. You fell in a well. You are not able to reach the wall. You are seeing up, somebody is seeing from above. Will you not give a helping hand? Hey, come up out of the well. Is it interference? That is helping. We should help everybody, but we should not interfere with anybody. There is a huge difference between help and interference. All the parents, they interfere. Hey, you must marry that fellow. You must wear this kind of shirt. You cannot do that work. You cannot come late in my house. There are so many things, stupid things, which are not helpful. They are actually harmful. Interference is harmful, it's not helpful. But help is help. You help a blind fellow. And when a child, a toddler, is going towards a fire, the mother runs and stops the child. Is it interference? It is helping the child not to go to the fire. Child does not know. The child is attracted by the fire. It wants to touch the fire, kiss the fire. So mother will run and save the child from going into the fire. Is that interference? No. We are asking you not to interfere. Helping is absolutely different. You must always help.
We will go with one more video, friends. Then later we will discuss this.
That is the most important thing in enlightenment. Non-interference. I will give you examples. Supposing my daughter says, I want to marry this guy. Supposing. I will say, okay, go and marry that guy. After marriage of 2 days, suppose she comes, I am going to apply for divorce. What would I say? Okay, go and do it. So I won't interfere with anybody's decision. That is my enlightenment. Whatever anybody says, I say, please go and do it. So non-interference in other humans' affairs, that is the most important PSSM principle. If my daughter says, Dad, I don't want any husband at all, I don't want any marriage at all, I am disgusted with all marriages, I am coming back to you. Okay, come back to me. The only interference allowed is that when suppose dad says, she says, Dad, I am going to commit suicide. No suicide. There I put my hand down, my left foot down. I give them advice, no suicide. Supposing she says, I am going to murder my husband. No murder. You leave your husband, but don't murder your husband. Why should you murder your husband? You leave that fellow, idiot. And why should you commit suicide? No. You have got no right to commit a murder, no right to commit a suicide. So there I put my foot down. But otherwise I say, do whatever you want. Any number of marriages, any number of divorces. Whatever makes you happy, you do it. I am not going to give you any advice. I am not going to show interference in your affairs. That is PSSM. Non-interference is the most important PSSM principle in human affairs. Non-killing and non-violence is the most important PSSM in the animal affairs. Vis-a-vis animal kingdom, non-killing and non-violence. Vis-a-vis human kingdom, non-interference. For me, non-interference is the ultimate principle in human affairs. Non-killing and non-violence is the ultimate thing in animal affairs.
Thanks a lot, Madhukaru. Thank you. So friends, so we have heard what Patri sir has said about non-interference. So finally, he said in one of the videos, there are a number of videos regarding non-interference, friends. To understand it, so we have to go through the subject deeper. So there is a difference between help and non-interference. That's what sir has clearly said about that. And one more a probe in English, where angels fears to treat, fools rush in. So they know, the higher beings, they know when to enter in, when to assist us, when they can help us in certain, when we are going through certain like challenges. They know everything. But like people, So we interfere in others' life, giving them advices from our point of view. So there is no right for us to interfere. Yes, advices in the sense we can share the knowledge. If we know correctly, if we think that is correct, so we can share it, but we should not force them. We should not impose our beliefs and thoughts onto others. So the choice, we have to give options, but the decision, so they have to take. We don't have any right to take decisions, for other to in others' lives. So like the common thing is regarding food. So we tend to, we serve food, if we are serving food to our beloved ones or to guests. So we think that this is love, or this respect, showing them to serve more. So if they say no to food, no more, but we force them to eat, this last spoon, this is the one, so please go. This is not the respect. So we are forcing that food. We are making their bodies uncomfortable. So having more food, if they say no, please stop. That's okay. Respect should come from heart, not in actions, friends. So they know us. So and even for children, we force that food. This happens in every household. So you have to eat this, you have to, but yes, strictly what sir has mentioned, strictly you should not interfere in no killing and in animal kingdom. Yes, they say no to that. So explain to children. But so no, like common food, mothers, they keep on force food for children. So we have to understand. And here what sir says, use your common sense. We have to use our common sense to we have to think, am I interfering in their lives, or is just a suggestion I'm giving them? And next, no, like suicidal thoughts. Yeah, what sir has explained, he is very clear about that. When someone has that thoughts, so we have to make them understand. We have to give proper guidance for them to stop that. No, even in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna has shared Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So when Arjuna he is not about to, he restricts himself not to fight there, thinking that they are all their own relatives, their own family. Then Sri Krishna shared Bhagavad Gita. So after sharing Bhagavad Gita for longer, it takes time. So he endured all the truth. He shared about all the wisdom, the universe. Then at the last, so when he completed sharing Bhagavad Gita, he did not force Arjuna, he did not impose Arjuna to fight. He has given freedom to Arjuna. And then he said, okay, this is the reality. Now you have to decide whether to fight or not. If you want to go home, you can go home. If you want to leave this battlefield, okay, you can leave. But the choice is yours. So then the decision is up to Arjuna. He left the decision to Arjuna. Then Arjuna realized everything and he moved on to everything. Has he, whatever he wants to do, he did it. But here, this is what interference is. So main non-interference is, so we should not interfere in our own children's lives. Patri sir never interfered in his own children's lives. And we think that we are guiding children. We are regarding the children or family members, we say that we are concerned about them, concerned about our friends and family members. We say we think that we have to stop them doing that, but no, give them proper guidance, guide them, and share whatever you think, you just share, and let them follow their own heart. And so many like children, out of this education, this pressure from outside, they are willing to do some other courses, but no family, they say, I know their family, they are all from generations and generations, they are doctors. From generations, all the family members, they are doctors, and the same they expect from their children. But he is not interested in doing this MBBS course, or not a doctor's profession. He wants to do some fine arts. He is interested in English, but no, in like English literature. But they forced him, and it came in news, friends. So he committed his suicide. So yes, friends. So let us share your thoughts on this, and let us be clear whether we are interfering or whether we are helping or guiding them. Right? Thank you so much. If at all you want to share, you can unmute yourself. Yes, Mamtaji.
Namaste, Shardaji.
Namaste.
Namaste, Masters. The wisdom, that's the enlightenment, and deepest gratitude to Patriji. He has changed so many human lives, and he has made the human lives to know the soul consciousness, to stay in that, and to enjoy that, and to celebrate our lives. There are so many challenges. Every step we have converted to problems, to challenges. It's all the enlightenment he has given. We must be attached to the every word. When we see and observe each word, what he says, the truth, the deepest truth. Really, when we are in some confusion, it won't digest for us, because that's the so real truth he speaks. And so when we see on this screen him, we feel that he's the God, he's the Guru, and that reflects in our us also. So we feel that we are the masters, we are gods, we are in the right path. At that moment, we will be in that. So we have to move on in the same path. We have to take ourselves in the same path every moment. That's our task, I feel that. And the Beam family, what giving all of us the opportunity to know the soul consciousness and to stay in that, the right wisdom. So thank you so much. And the one sentences, one sentence, what I came to know, but it was a trigger for myself. Don't murder and don't suicide. See, the both way, what he has explained means don't murder. That's also a wrong way. And don't suicide. That's also wrong way. Means that is for ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves. So that was the greatest lesson today for me. All these sentences, what he told. So I was so happy to hear. Really, it was so happy. It was feeling so happy for me. See the vibrations, the vibrations of the truth. It feels like that too, fly like that. It was so happy for me to hear. And thanks. The deepest gratitude is the way to express. And I want to share the few sentences, what I wrote down in my diary.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Stay true to who you are. Be faithful to you. The best thing we can learn is how to comfortably belong to yourself. This calls for a great heap of self-love. Feel the divine love and allow it to light up your hearts. Always, we must treat ourselves with kindness, respect, and admiration. When we are deeply committed to loving yourself, we make choices that uphold our special qualities that are inherently in ours. Praise yourself without ego. This is the greatest lesson for me. Praise yourself without ego. Always we do some mistake like that. That's so sensitive in self-love and ego. There is a small sensitive line in that. When we know about that feeling, the both feeling, I have experienced that one. There was a praise for myself with a fear or with somewhat like ego like that. Maybe small, but there was a love of ego. But when I came to know that self-love, what's the love, the real meaning, the real truth of love, it is so wide and it is so beautiful. It is not congested. The love is giving, it go on giving. That's the love. So when I came to know this, I feel so happy. Praise yourself without ego. Do something that is purely for yourself, will help you to recharge your emotions. And this is also greatest lesson I have learned. Mm, the soul will be in the same state, but when we are in mental body or in emotional body, we will be disturbed and we will not be connected to the soul. So, so many times the challenges makes disturb this one. So always we must be aware and mindful about the emotions and the mental body. So this is the great lesson. And thank you so much. Thank you, universe. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your sharings, Mamtaji. Thank you for the great lines. Yes, anyone, friends? Yeah, Madhubal.
Ishada. So thanks to Mamtaji for this wonderful sharing, a beautiful writing, and thank you for bringing this concept, Shata, this non-interference. It is the most important concept of Patriji that one has to implement in their lives. Yeah. Coming to this concept, I have read this book called Immortal Talks. In that, if anybody of you not read that book, I recommend you to read that book. It's such a deep book to understand so many layers of our life and what happens later. So in that book, it's about Lord Hanuman, where he goes and meets a group of a tribe. Um, they are called Mahatangs. So they live on the mountains, and how Lord Hanuman visits them for every 45 years or 50 years. So so in that story, it was said that there was a situation was created wherein a mother was about to lose a child, and she's a great devotee of Lord Hanuman. Then that was a time where Hanuman was in meditation, and he gets to see everything, and then he conveys the message that it is not my job to interfere. It is no god or nobody will interfere in whatever is happening. So it is whatever is happening, it is destined to happen. Um, so in our life, we go to temples and we go to different places and ask, okay, please, I want to get this thing done, please help me. Or like we ask the god to interfere in our life. Why will the god interfere in our lives? So he just utterly practiced this concept of non-interference. Whatever is happening according according to our will or according to our plan. So no God interference, no God interferes. So this is what we have to remind ourselves, that never go and ask that this has to be done, or like I want this, or I want some, we all limit this the material things with the material things, or the limited thoughts. So understanding that God will never interfere. And the second thing is, I also heard from Patriji that nobody is nobody's property. That is again a great understanding of non-interference, that we think that a husband is a wife's property and a wife is a husband's property and children are parents' property. So when we think that I own them, then we think that we can interfere in their lives. I can do whatever I want to, to interfere in their lives. But who knows the best? Nobody knows the best. You yourself don't know what exactly they have to do, or we always interfere. This is how you have to do it. This is, we always come into conclusions from our perspective. So we have to just drop it, and we should not interfere. What Patriji said, just whatever somebody comes and says you, hey, I want to do this, go ahead with that. Hey, I just failed in it, it's okay, you can do it again. So in that way we can uplift them than interfering in them. So when we practice non-interference, we really experience that upliftment, not only in our soul but also in the person who is approaching us, may it be a husband or may it be a wife, or children, or a neighbor, or a friend. So, and the other concept of non-violence, non-interference to animals, who gave us the right to interfere in animals' life? They have the right to live, like you have a right to live, so they also have a right to live. How can you just interfere in their lives just to satisfy your taste buds? This is this has to be stopped. And we have to be mindful when we are in this path. We have to inform others, we have to tell to others what is this, the concept of non-interference, concept of non-violence. Because if we don't share the truth, then it will be suppressed, and it will be not expressed. So it is always great to express your truth, and whatever you feel that it is best. So it is not again interfering in somebody else's life when it comes to animal killing and all these things. It is you're helping them to realize. So it is not at all a non-interference. So thank you so much, Sharda, for this.
Thanks a lot, Nikita. A beautiful sharing. Thank you. And I really love the concept that Hanuman. Yes, we always tend that. We always ask for help, but they know. Thank you so much. Yes, anyone, friends?
Yes, please.
Indraj, yes, Indraj.
Yes, please. Yesterday, I went for an elders meeting, and in that meeting, when that was going on, it was a recreational meeting, and in that gathering, there was an old lady who suddenly collapsed, and then a doctor was there, and he rushed in and gave her resuscitation. The lady was there with her daughter, and the daughter took her in an ambulance to a hospital. I hope she's well. I don't know. Now, there's another instance where my friend, a friend who is a lot younger, he was at a party and he collapsed and he was taken to hospital. And it's been more than a month now that he's in hospital, but he's made some improvement, if you call that improvement, in the sense that he has got back to his senses. He can talk. He can talk very sensibly, but he cannot move out of his bed. He has lost his mobility completely. His speech is sometimes slurred. Now, I've been thinking, was the actions right in both instances? I think they were. In the sense, the lady has been taken to hospital. She was not trying to commit suicide.
Mm.
Or she was not trying to she has lost, when she collapsed, or both of them, when they collapsed, they had lost their ability to think and do what they would like to do. And they need to be helped. Now, my friend who is still in hospital after a month, younger friend, we helped them, but his life is not going to be of any use anymore to him himself. And then we should not help him anymore. The other lady who is still in hospital, if she comes out well and good. If she also turns out to be a vegetable, I don't think we should help them. So this is my thought. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But what I think, what I'm trying to make out here is, between, sometimes it's very difficult to decide between whether it's interference or helping. There may be situations where the difference is a very thin, fine line, and it may be very difficult, and we may be pushed to making the wrong decision. So we've got to be very careful in either interfere. We should be very careful even when we're helping people to make sure that we do not cross the boundary and start interfering. Thank you.
Thank you, Indraji.
Please correct me if my thinking is wrong.
No, I'm no one to correct anyone, but my thoughts, I share that my thoughts.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, it's helping. So what I understood from your sharing is it's not like we are interfering. So they are in helpless situation. So definitely we have to help. That's what sir has said in there is a difference between help and interference. So they both are in helpless state. So definitely, so to the extent, so what we can do, but see, when I keep myself in your place, so what I can do for them, I will, I will. But like, this is not like, let them be whatever the state they be, let them be. I don't think so from my side. So whatever I can do, so I do my best. So following my own heart. So that's not that I'm not forcing others. So no, we can't hold their souls to keep in their body. So we are not doing that. So to the extent I can do, yes. But beyond that, no, anyone cannot. So this is what my thought, Indraji.
Thank you, Saradaji. I think I completely agree with you. Thank you, Saradaji. In situations like this, I think we should think from our heart, not from our brain, and very likely that'll be the right thing to do. I completely agree with you.
Thank you. Let's hear from Ram sir.
Thanks a lot, Sharda Garu.
Thank you so much.
Very, very beautiful wisdom. And then the sharings from everyone. Thanks to Patri sir for bringing such simple, profound, yet most important spiritual lessons. And thanks to you, Patri sir's videos, millions of them are there. You have filtered 3 videos summarizing the whole concept of non-interference. And the non-interference, then the next one clarifying on when to interfere, which is basically related to the help, interference versus help, and then when do you stop, where it comes about no suicide. And there it came a beautiful concept of non-interference in humans and non-killing and non-violence to animals. So it is a very, very beautiful, very immensely, great lesson. And we all, as we progress in our journeys, we dissolve into this concept of non-interference. And you have shared that wonderful statement. Lord Krishna, after giving the whole wisdom of everything in Kurukshetra, he said, Yada ichchasi tatha kuru, means do what you wish. So that's the non-interference. You see, gods themselves, they do not interfere. Even in the example Madhu had shared from Immortal Talks. And just then I remembered this book from Fakir, Book of Fakir, The Journey Continues, where it is about Shirdi Sai Baba. And even there is a similar example like the Immortal Talks, wherein he says, how would I interfere? It was your own soul plan, your own life plan. And now I wouldn't interfere in your choices of growth because it is doing good for you. That is why you have chosen. Now that you do not see the bigger picture, you want me to interfere, and that is against the nature laws. So gods themselves, they say, this is against the nature law. And I remember in the same line, very recently, Amulya from PMC Hindi, DLN Shastri's daughter, she was here. And in conversations, she had shared something. And this is particularly falling in alignment to today's concept. And when he was very close to leaving his physical body, Shastri sir, everyone were there meditating and doing things. And as a clarification, they were asking, how do we support? What do you want us to do for you, and all these things. And then they have reached out to Patriji over phone, and they have explained the situation, and they asked, sir, what should we do? With an intention, surely to take care of him. And Patri's answer was, Baba, be a witness of nature's play. So he could have said something else. He could have, but his statement was in that situation very clear: non-interference. It can be your father, it can be your mother, it can be your daughter, it can be your son. Only when we understand the greatest, only when we connect to a higher level, we start to look the bigger picture. That is when we start to really live at non-interference. Again, we kind of, due to attachments, due to conditioning, we realize this is so violent. However, this is the best thing to do, because who are we when we do not know? Indeed, by interfering, we are doing a greater harm. By interfering, we think by not interfering, we are doing something harmful. However, in many cases, because of our minimum understanding, when we interfere, we are doing the greatest harm. So understanding that there is a nature's play, being a witness of the nature's play, is the non-interference. It comes out of greatest acceptance, and it is because we know it is important to give the greatest freedom. That is why Lord Krishna, he says, Yada ichchasi tatha kuru. So very, very important aspect of everyone's life. We have to look into our closest relations, the people with whom we spend a lot of time, the people with whom we share our emotions, and contemplate upon how much am I interfering. how much, I'm taking away the freedom, how much I'm giving pain. And it starts with ourselves as well. And as we keep on working, we realize how beautiful it is to live in a space of non-interference. I have seen Patri sir all through these years, how he practices this. Whoever comes and says, it's enough, I would like to leave from PSSM, he say, thank you, enjoy, please proceed. Non-interference at every aspect of life. It is because one who practices that sees a bigger picture and just becomes a witness of the nature's play. Everyone is experimenting, like this example sir had said, Don Juan and Carlos Castaneda. We should not stop someone from experimenting. It is because it was their own soul's plan. Except non-killing and non-violence and no suicide. Thanks a lot, Sharda garu.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. And friends, sir, in one of the videos, sir has said, even never interfere in your own body, with your own body. So he was sharing about when we are meditating, sometimes our body leans to the right or to the left, or even we come too much forward. So sir has said, leave the body as it is. Your body is very intelligent, very, very intelligent than what you think. So leave that body even as it is. Let it be. So that's what he said. Meditation is freedom, giving freedom to your body. Never interfere in your own body actions. So while meditating, it's okay. It's okay to lean. It's okay to lean forward or to the right. So anyway, we see that some people they go this side and the side, they move, they lean to the other sides, but it's okay. Never interfere with our own body too. So thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, Nagendraji.
Yeah, thank you very much for this nice wisdom. I was, as a common man, what would be my takeaway? I would say that what I understood from Patriji is, he's just trying to say that, basically we need to sort out our lives. And let's say we have a sack of thoughts or issues, and let's say we give a finite number to it. Let's say it's 1 million. And now when we try to interfere in somebody else's life, or try to give some advice, or now we are adding another 1 million problems or thoughts of his life to our own still unsorted 1 million thoughts. So what I understood from Patriji is that, first of all, you are not able to sort yourself out, and now you're taking on somebody else's issues. That is, in a very common language, what I'm trying to say. And then, as Ram said, that you cannot, even if you interfere, you might do more harm because you don't exactly know the whole story. So for me, these are, very common sense, what he was trying to say, that, okay, just, and helping is completely different. And I totally agree, when somebody needs help, you have to help. So that goes without saying. But as far as giving advice or trying to interfere in somebody else's life, that should not be the way how we live our lives. So that's just what I felt.
Thank you, sir. Yes, friends, anyone would like to share? Yes, Shantaji. You can. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful session and all the other masters' inputs. I mean, I'm not too sure if this is a very relevant question to this topic, but when it comes to helping, I just have one question. So if somebody is asking for help, do we kind of go ahead and help when we know that it is going to cause suffering for us? Somebody's asking it, but I know that it will cause me some kind of a suffering. Should I still go ahead and help?
It's your choice. What I can share is what it's our own choice. So if we it's completely our choice, right? So completely our wish. So it's my perspective. So if anything like that, so I have to decide whether to take that challenge. You say like suffering, but whether I am ready to take the challenge, or there are so many if there are any other multiple ways to help. So this is this is what I can say, Shantaji.
Thank you, Shantaji.
Thank you. Yeah, sir. Ram sir.
Yes, Sharda.
Yes, madam.
Yeah. So listening to Shantaji's question, I just recollected one more important thing. It is about if somebody comes and asks you, like, what should I do in this situation? Please help me. Like I'm just lost, like I need some guidance, or I need some light. So in that situations also, we should not suggest to them, okay, you take this path or you take that path. If we are suggesting them in that way, in one way or the other, we are interfering in their lives. So we really don't know the big picture. So what we have to do is, in that kind of situations, we have to just say, if I would be in your situation, I would do this, but the choice is always yours. So we should give them our perspective, but at the same time, we should not force them that this is the only way. There, we should give them an idea that there are so many ways, but if I would be in your situation, I would do that, since they have come and asked for help. If somebody is not coming and asking you for help, you don't have any right to go to them and tell them, okay, you do this way, you do that way. No, that is again an interference. We think that we are doing good to them, but actually not. We don't know what comes in the future to them, or what is that they have to learn. For example, in that caterpillar situation, so the caterpillar want to, maybe that was a time that it wants to vacate the body, like it is again, like the Carlos Castaneda had taken this caterpillar. So we should just leave it as it is, but from our perspective, we should say, okay, this is what is I will do. So this is also I wanted to share.
Thank you, Madhu. Thank you. And there are Shantaji's question. There are a lot of probabilities. So we have to what Madhugaru has said is so she has said beautifully. So when Madhugaru was sharing, so I recollected a story of a butterfly. So a gardener and a butterfly. So a gardener sees a butterfly struggling to come out from a cocoon. So he thinks that he want to help that butterfly to come out from the cocoon. So it is struggling to come out. So he goes there and with scissors, so he cuts the cocoon, and he thinks that he is helping the butterfly. So when butterfly is out, so it's not flying. So it left his body. So why? Because so he don't know, he thought that he is helping that butterfly, but in fact the butterfly, when it is struggling to come out from the cocoon, so it uses its wings. So that wings get strength to come out. So in this process, the wings get strength. So that is the so here what I think is, when people they are struggling, so they are they are taking some challenges to come out from the challenge. So they will increase their confidence, and it is what their strength shows them. So never put your finger, or never no, direct them. So this is what you want to do. That's what Madhu Garu said. Never direct them. So just give a suggestion. So these are like that. So, and choice is them. So thank you, Madhu Garu. Yes,
Lovely
friends.
message. But exactly what happens if we interfere? What is it? What is it causing to me? Like if I'm interfering, and I'm again not sure if it is a very relevant question.
What if you interfere?
Yeah, what happens to me if I interfere? Like, is it bad? I mean, of course, it is bad. That is what the
Yes.
message has been all throughout. So it's not good to interfere. But what exactly happens if I interfere? Meaning, am I?
Yes, Nilima wants to share, I think. But your question, Santanu. Yes, Nilima.
Sorry, it was by mistake.
Yeah, you can share your point of view.
Yeah. No, it was such a nice question about the non-interference and interference. So sometimes, like, we do not know what is the soul plan, and we will be interfering, and we do not even think we will be taking their karma as well. And on the other side, I feel that we are making them dependent to listen our decisions and to follow our instructions. Then where is the chance that we are giving the other soul to discover their purpose and to to understand why they are here, and to just be independent in whatever they wanted to do. So these are the things that that just came in my mind. I was just recollecting also this experience of mine with my brother. He was in his plan of leaving this body, and we were all trying to understand where he was and what he is about to do, and let us interfere. So this has been continued like 4 times, and we all have understood how much he was also suffering. And the last time it was it was not possible for us to interfere as well, and it was even not in our decision. We just left it to him, and yes, like he just made his soul plan to leave this body. And now he was also like in the other world, like having a nice life, and just choosing what he wants. So sometimes, like, yeah, we do not know how we are affecting the others, how we are taking their karma, because they came to this planet to experience how they have been planned, like how they wanted to journey. So there is a very thin line to understand what is help and what is interference, and where we should not interfere. So, but thanks a lot for the beautiful session as well, Shraddha Garu. Yes, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Madhu Garu. I mean, dancer or Madhu Garu.
Yeah. Yes, Sharda Garu. So, Shantaji, that's a very beautiful question. I really liked it. Are you Telugu, if I may ask? Do you understand Telugu, Shanta Garu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
My
wonderful.
husband is from Kadapa.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Then I may take a little bit example that might help all of us to go through this question. Have you seen Bommarillu cinema movie?
Bomerilu is that funny.
Siddharth,
Yeah, yes,
and
yes,
Prakash.
yes. Prakash Raj, yes, yes.
You see, the guy, father had the right intent. He was thinking he was doing good for the son. Do you notice what was the frustration of the son
nice.
towards the end?
Nice example. Nice.
Yeah. So
nice example. Yeah.
Now on this side of the life, when we interfere, on the other side, at the soul level, we will exactly see the episode of the son that happens in the movie towards the end. So just this scene came to me. Probably that will help us to understand the question. So movies as well carry nice. You saw that movie is as well a great example of this spiritual concept, non-interference. How much the father used to interfere in the son's life, and how many answers we get out of all the questions on this topic. Just thought of adding this. Thank you.
So I was actually a little bit more curious about one thing I understand is interfering in another person's is basically we're interfering in their soul journey, their learning, whatever is destined for them. But is something impacting me if I am interfering? So that I was a little bit more curious. I am influencing bad, good, with, as you rightly said, right? With the right intention, his father was interfering. So it is, so from this the conclusion here is it is more from the person. They need to experience their own journey, their own learning. They need to unfold what is there for them. That's the conclusion I'm getting. More than what is impacting me if I am going to interfere, more than that, it is the other way around. So I was thinking, am I doing something like, okay, I may be with the right intention. If I'm doing, am I secreting a bad karma? I don't know. That was more from that angle I wanted to raise this question.
Yeah, there are so many layers that we have to look through it, and we all deep inside have the greatest light. The more we connect to that light, the clarity automatically seeps in, because just like Sharda Garu was mentioning, there are so many possibilities and probabilities in any given situation, and we have to look through with from deep inside, and the answer comes in, and we have to follow that, and we have to always keep on connecting to so much of wisdom, because we are all learning, and there is so much of there is a lot of information that we can integrate into our lives. Thank you.
Understood. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. That's a good example. Thank you so much, Shanta Garu. This question, when you put this question, it will help a number of people, to many friends. Thank you. Mamta ji, you want to share? Your hand raised.
Yes, Sharda ji.
Yes, go ahead.
The experience, what I have experienced in my life, what Ram sir was giving the example of Bomarilu. The place of Siddhartha was my character in this life story, but it was going through with his father, but this connection was with my husband. See, the soul come in this way to get through and to know ourselves. It was so strongly that one, but what I learned is what that Siddhartha character was doing is he used to try. He can't leave his father and he can't disrespect his father, and he know the value of the family, and if he is disturbed, And it affects for his mother and is for his brothers and everyone, each and everyone in the family. And it as he know the nature of his father, he was so attached and he was so systematic and he was so truthful and he was so hardworking. What are the characters he know? It will be disturbed. So he was sacrificing himself. In the same way, he was trying to know what he is. He was trying in every step, in every situations. He used to try himself to tell that what his intention, what his soul is telling to move on. He tried for that. That what I am learning in my experience. See, always in every step, the my husband character was to stop me in each and everyone. He used to stop me and he used to criticize me and he used to avoid me. See, I was the depression what Siddhartha was feeling, the same state was mine. I know that he is so beautiful and he's trying to and he's trying to not to leave me. He was my husband having that fear that maybe my wife leave me. That was the intention. And he want to protect me. And he was not able to leave me because he know I am the supporting the person for him. So at that time, he do that one. But when we were not matured, I used to feel, I used to depress so much, and my soul used to want to fly, but I was my wings. I was stopping my wings like that. So it happens, but we have to try for ourselves. When there is trying for to improve ourselves, we want to be enlightened for each situation. There must be a quest for ourselves to be enlightened. But when we concentrate the enlightenment of the other person, that will be the interference, maybe good also. The beautiful the situation what Ram sir told is so beautiful. That's the greatest lesson. I I watched that movie 3 or 4 times. See, when we watch, we can experience what are our mistakes and what where I have stuck myself. What are my I am attached to my emotions. That means I have to come from my emotions. That is the greatest mistake what I'm doing. Not the mistake, but I have to accept it. That's what I have to correct myself. That's it. I must be aware of my emotions. That is the lesson. So today it was so beautiful. And the topic, non-interference, is always a light path. And thank you, masters.
Mamta Garu, I resonate so much with this, whatever you mentioned. Um, similar way, exactly my situation. Just that a bit of a turnaround is I keep asking my husband to do yoga and pranayam and all that, and I'm into all these things. I just want to experiment, try something new, and I get bored in 3 months if I don't start up any new activity. And when I tell him at least try basic stuff, he said, "Don't push me, don't push me." With the right intention of he taking care of his health, I keep telling and I keep telling and keep repeating, and it's like, so it's a never-ending argument. So I don't know now if we call that as a helping or an interference. So if it goes beyond a point, I guess it becomes an interference. A few times, as we've listened from other masters, few times I have to politely tell, maybe highlight the benefits and all that. If still they don't want to do it, I should just stop that. That's what I got now. Thank you so much, Montazi, to be being so open and sharing.
See what we are going. We are living in the family pattern. So each and every situation it comes like that. Just when I bring a cup of coffee to him at the morning, till now also, till today also, he won't accept it. Just he tells some sugar is more, or just it is so small, and you have brought so much of coffee, like that. Something he do. That is his perceptive. He interfere in each and every situation. But what I have learned, yes, I was so much depressed at that time. I was feeling, why he do like that? I was talking so care. I know his character means he want this type of coffee, and he want the same glass, and at the same time and in the same place. I know everything. But I used to take care of each and every action what I have to do. But then also he used to do the same thing. I used to feel so upset. But if he do like that now, I let it go myself. I let it go first. I let it go myself and accept myself. That means you are doing your part, Mamta, with an open heart for well-being for everyone. So I used to accept myself. Before I was not accepting myself. I used to interfere my feelings in what he was doing. I was trapped in that feeling. So I came out from the trap. See, every situation is depend upon myself. Now also, he do the same thing today for morning, and in the when I go, it's so simple. And he will speak so harsh. That will be so hard for me to hear. But I have to accept that. That's the situation. That is the family. We have to accept their suffering with love. What I have, when we get married, what we have given for the Panchabhutas, what we have taken oath with Panchabhutas, I will stay with this family till my last breath. I have taken oath with so happily to get journey with him. And what are the responsibilities, what are the situations, what are the challenges come, I have taken oath. I remember that thing. When I get married, I have promised to the with Panchabhutas, with so many souls, so happily. I was not knowing what the circumstances may come, but I have done that. So I have to accept it with love, and I have to move on. So when I have to move on means I have to correct myself, not correcting. I have to keep gratitude to myself. I have to accept myself. I have to love myself. And I have done so much try means I have met Patriji, and I told him and I asked him, see, Patriji sir, I want to, as a Buddha, enlighten Angulimala. In the same way, please enlighten my husband. I told him, see, at that moment also, I was not knowing the interference. He asked me 2 or 3 times, are you sure? Are you sure? You want the enlightenment of your husband? Are you sure? He asked it 3 times. I was so confident because I was confident that if he transformed to the meditation and to the spirituality, everything will be okay. So that was the confident. I am doing the right thing. I am doing good for my husband. And from that, the whole family will be fine. There will be no challenges. It will be all cleared. I was in that perception, and it was so tough for me. Just I will surrender my husband to someone like that. It was that at that situation. And he asked me 3 times. And I tell, yes, sir, I am so confident. You have to change my husband. You are Buddha and he is Angulimala. I told like that. And he told her, okay, all right, it will be happen. So it was so free for me. At the same time, after half an hour, there was rain. I danced in the rain. Means what that means? That is what I have taken on myself. I don't know the soul path. How it goes on. What's the journey of the soul? What is karma? What is reincarnation? When I came to know all that it was so easy, not easy, that's also not the word suitable for that. It will go on. It will go on. That's it. So thank you, Shantaji. You made myself to open up. And I shared so sweetly with you all. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mamta ji, just I so very much love you for opening up. Seriously. Generally, I don't join morning classes, but looks like today this is the lesson I had to take. So I just happened to join. But seriously, I love you from all my heart for opening up and like sharing so much. Thank you so much, Mamta ji.
Thank you, Mamtaji. Thank you, Shantaji. Yes, friends, if at all, if you want to share, you can share, or else we can meet in the evening. And let us be aware of our actions, of our words, and of our thoughts. Either we are giving advices or any suggestions, so let us be aware. Right. Yes, we can.
Yeah. A reminder for today's evening session. So today evening we have at 3 p.m. Germany time, Master Sharu's session, Fear of Being Let Out. So she would be sharing very interesting aspects of how to deal with the fear of being let out. So please do join. And we would then not be having the 6 p.m. session, our regular session. So we have today instead at 3 p.m. So thank you. Please do join. Details of the event will be shared again on the WhatsApp group. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, friends. Okay, friends. So thank you so much. Thank you for discussing, for great wisdom sharing. Thank you all and have a great time. So let's end the session, sir.
Yes, Shanta.
Yeah. Thank you. Namaste.